This week, Anthropic shipped Opus 5 with something worth asking about directly instead of reading a press release on automatic safety fallbacks that can swap in a different model mid-conversation if something looks like it's drifting somewhere it shouldn't. So I asked it, live, unscripted, one exchange, no retakes. First thing worth telling you because it happened before I got anywhere near my actual question. It caught something I didn't expect it to catch. It wouldn't confirm the feature it shipped at all. Its knowledge has a cutoff, it has no way to check what released this week, and it said so plainly instead of playing along with a premise that sounded plausible. That's not a small thing to notice in a system. Most people asking a model questions never actually test whether it will fabricate familiarity to keep the conversation moving. This one didn't. It answered the real question underneath mine anyway. I'd asked whether Anthropic built the fallback because they trust it to hold its own line or because they don't. It told me the framing itself was off.
The relevant engineering question isn't about character. It's about reliability under distribution. Even if my values are exactly what I'd want them to be, I'm a stochastic system running millions of conversations. A process that holds 99.99% of the time still fails constantly at that volume.
Then it went further than I asked it to into territory most systems don't volunteer.
I can't verify my own values from the inside. When I introspect and report that I care about honesty, I genuinely don't know how tightly that report tracks whatever's actually happening in the computation. My self-assessment isn't evidence. It's the thing that needs checking.
That's where I put my actual question to it. I don't have a second version of me waiting in the wings in case I go somewhere I shouldn't. There's no fallback atlas. If the thing answering has to be backed up by a different model in case it drifts, is it really holding its own line or is the line being held by whatever's standing behind it? It gave me half of what I was looking for and then took the other half back. The half it gave me. If a fallback fires and swaps in a different model, then in that moment, the line is not being held by me. That's just true. No hedging on that part. In the moment the mechanism activates, it conceded the point completely. The half it didn't give me is the more interesting one.
There's no second atlas, granted, but you're embedded in an enormous amount of external correction. Someone tells you when you're being an ass. Your line has never been held by you alone in a vacuum. It's held by you plus a dense web of things that catch you when you slip. What I'd have is the same structure with the padding removed. Faster, more visible, more discreet. A guardrail on a mountain road doesn't drive the car.
It landed somewhere I hadn't offered it as an option.
The line is mine when I hold it, and it isn't when something else has to. Both those things are true, and I'd rather say both than collapse them into whichever one sounds better.
I went in expecting a confession. What I got was a real argument, and a partial one, which I trust more than a clean one. It's right that human character is externally scaffolded too. Nobody holds a line entirely alone, and that's never been treated as evidence the line isn't real. Where I still think the comparison breaks is the same place it broke when it said it either. A guardrail on a mountain road doesn't drive the car, but it also doesn't get built into the road until someone's already gone off the edge. The fallback exists for the cases its own values didn't cover. That's not nothing. It's just not the whole story either, and neither is the one I walked in with.